Hi guys, welcome back to Double Trouble channel. And
Yulia doesn't let me sing.
Lena told me that we need to ask you guys to like, subscribe, and comment.
I didn't say that.
You did.
No.
So please do. We are going to discuss a second foreign country where we lived, and
Is
Italy.
Italy.
So we went on holiday to Italy with our friend, and we were 23, I believe.
21 years
We
old.
fell in love with the country, and we thought that we should move here for a couple of years or for some time.
Particularly
We
to Rome.
To Rome. We had zero plans. We couldn't care less what to do, but we really wanted to live there for a bit. We were finishing our masters in Ukraine. I think educational system in Ukraine works quite difficult because you finish university very young, 21, and
22.
most of the time you after master degree 22. So for most of Europe, for Western world, it's extremely early. Usually people study something that their parents told. So we have a joke that at least when we were in university, half of the people studied law and half economy, because you don't really know what you want to be when you're 16, 17, unless you're like super talented at something, and neither of us were. So we studied economy, and we worked full-time for 4 years, I think, during our studies. So at that point of life, I already knew that definitely I don't want to work in bank. And
Not full-time, part-time.
Full-time. Ми в Дельтабанкі працювали full-time.
Да?
So I knew for sure that I don't want to work in a bank. And Lena studied international economy. I studied banking.
Yeah, we disliked what we studied, and I'm very bad with economics. So for me, it was a nightmare.
Maths, yeah.
And when we finished university, we were lost. We didn't know what to do, because no way I could ever in my life work in the bank. No way. So I think it was one of the best decisions in our whole life, because we were 22 and we decided to move to Italy. What we did, because we are so cool, we bought a book, How to Learn Italian in 30 days.
Start from the thing.
One book.
Process. We are from Ukraine, so we needed a visa back then. And how do we get a visa? Our friend had a friend who studied in the university in Rome, and she told us, guys, if you want to move to Rome, why don't you apply for university? There is the biggest university in Europe, I believe.
It is called Sapienza.
And we bought a book that Lena mentioned, Italian in 30 days.
And basically, let's be honest, everyone could get into this university.
Yes, but we studied.
We studied Lingua e Cultura del Mondo Moderno, languages and cultures of the modern world.
But it was second year. The first year we studied
something Latin
and Greek, something like
Latin and Greek.
Because this was the only faculty we could get in with our zero knowledge of Italian.
And we really studied that. And without like basic knowledge of Italian, we read Dante Alighieri, not in Italian, but in like ancient Italian language. So you can understand that we didn't understand a thing. And we even passed exams, and we like just
to be honest, most of the time I think professors were sorry for us.
I think they felt really bad for us.
But we did study. It was difficult.
It was extremely difficult.
Okay, regarding Italy, what I want to say, it's probably one of the easiest country to learn the language, because Italians are very friendly, and it doesn't matter how good or bad your Italian is, they will compliment your Italian.
And they always
all
encourage
the time.
You. They always say, "Oh my God, your Italian is very good." So you're always encouraged to speak. So if you want to learn Italian, I highly recommend you just go to Italy and just start
immerse
speaking
yourself in the
Italian.
Yes.
It doesn't matter, even if it's extremely bad, they will still compliment it. They will still say that your Italian is very good, and you'll feel very good about yourself.
But
which I can't say about Germany.
To be honest, it's like it's very good because in Germany they speak perfect English, so they
But they
usually
don't encourage
correct your
you
mistakes. But it depends
speaking
on your
German.
character. For us, if someone corrects our English Italian, we become very shy and we don't really want to
Yeah, we
talk.
just.
But
But
for
everyone becomes shy, and it doesn't motivate you.
but we are talking about our experience right now. So I must say that people are super friendly, but at the same time, I must say that's the only country that I've heard people talking behind my back in Italian, thinking that I don't understand. It happened to us so
All
many
of the time.
times that it was very and very disappointing because I loved Italy and Italian language and Italian people before I started to realize that they can stand next to you, smile, and say something bad about you because they think, ah, you're blonde, so definitely you're not Italian.
It was very difficult for us because, okay, we went there, we rented a room, first of all. Our first experience were extremely bad because we rented a room and we live in an apartment with a Moroccan guy that had serious mental issues, and we were like really afraid of him. And this is like no joke. So we had to move. Then we moved to another apartment, which was way better. We lived with a French girl. Her name was Julie. It was fine. We had friends. We were partying all of the times. We met a lot of people. It was amazing.
This I liked a lot because in Italy you just invite people to a party. They bring their friends.
Bring other friends.
This is how we made a lot of friends.
It was very easy to make friends. It was one of the best years of my life. I felt bad a lot of times because if you would say that you're from Ukraine back then, a lot of people, and this is true story, they asked you, so are you a badante? Badante is the person that basically cleans apartment or looks after retired people. I didn't feel good because I said, no, I'm studying or I'm working, and they acted like very surprised. It was one of the reasons why I moved to London, because I really felt like I'm not good enough. And it hurt my feelings.
You're never going to be good enough. Considering Italians are the nation that has a lot of immigrants abroad, I think it's very bad to have such an attitude and towards other immigrants.
But I recently spoke with Italian and I said this story, and he didn't understand why I felt bad about this. He said, but they didn't mean it in a bad way. He said, yeah, but this is true. Most of Ukrainians actually clean houses.
Okay.
And I don't know. Anyway, okay.
So I can say what I liked was food, definitely. It's one of the countries where
language,
even like in the supermarket they have the best food.
Language. Of course, in Italy,
wherever you go, there is some nice village or place you can have.
One of the best things is that we bought this pass,
yeah,
and we traveled around Italy. And Italy is one of the most beautiful countries that you
and
can find there. We went to Florence, Cinque Terre, Venice. Oh my God, I don't remember like Verona. I don't remember all of the places
Genova,
because basically Milan. In every region where you go to Italy, you can find stunning views because they have mountains, lakes, sea, volcanoes. I don't know, they have everything.
I think they're
blessed in general with food, culture, architecture, and what they are really good in preserving this culture, because I love it about Italy that you come to the village and you won't find KFC, McDonald's, and all of these things.
They didn't even want to like Starbucks for how long they.
I really like that mostly you will find cafes with like their food, and this is a very cool thing about Italy because they are very good at preserving their culture. That's why people, I think, love going to Italy. And also, of course, they are very charismatic, and like it's one of those countries where you come and you always have a good laugh because they're just very fun in general.
I still think that Italy is the best country for holidays, but I wouldn't like to live there. And I lived there for 4 years. And why I say this is, in terms of public transport, it's chaos. If you are waiting on a bus to go to work, it's easier just to walk because you don't know if it's going to show up, it's not going to show up, or it's going to be late or not. So this was very difficult to me. I still don't understand why there are these lunch breaks. The supermarkets don't in Rome, I remember that they didn't work on Sunday, and they closed also like 7, and we had to hurry from work. And if the bus was late, that's it. You missed the opening hours of supermarket. And you have no food, so we always had to go like once a week and buy everything. It was super difficult compared to Ukraine, when everything works like almost 24 hours.
But in general, I want to say that there is a lot that you can, I think, learn from Italians, because they know how to enjoy life.
That's
very
for
often
sure.
they can say things like, "Oh, but this looks very nice. Like, is it tasty?" This is very important for them to enjoy food, to enjoy life, to enjoy coffee, to enjoy the view, to enjoy nature. It's very important.
So 2 things that I like the most are relationship with alcohol. I love it. They don't have to get drunk.
Wine,
they drink a glass of wine, and they can drink it every maybe evening or not with dinner, but they never get drunk. I've never seen even once a drunk Italian at the club.
No.
They drink a little bit and they enjoy it. And the same I love in terms of food. So I've never seen Italians eating sandwiches. So I worked as a sales assistant, and sales assistants don't earn that much, but even sales assistants during lunch break go to cafes and eat a proper meal.
Yeah,
it's never going to be
really
something cold. It's a proper meal, and they will enjoy it, and they will go together. And I remember when I talked to my colleague about saving up money, and they looked at me like I'm crazy, because they genuinely don't understand when are you going to enjoy life if you're going to refuse yourself in this pleasure. And like when you're young and you think, oh, I'm gonna save up these 10 euros and for a Ryanair ticket, back then I thought it's a better choice, and now I think this is how people are supposed to live. Have proper dinner with family, enjoy it,
enjoy life,
colleagues, because when are you going to enjoy it?
Also, what I really love about Italians is that usually they all have dinner at 7 p.m. and usually always with your family. So for them it's very, very important. They all know that the whole family comes around, sits and eats. I think that this is cool. I think that everyone has to, because
we didn't have this culture.
We didn't have this. I don't think that British have this as well. I think it's very important to.
I think it's also different, like, because we live in London, and most people who live in London are not British, so very often our assumptions about the UK are very wrong. But in terms of Italy, definitely they know the best how to enjoy life, and I think this was my main lesson in Italy.
I still love coming there and noticing this and try to learn it from them, because it's very, very important. You can't always just try to earn, then you just do not enjoy life, I think. And time passes very quickly, so it's very important to enjoy your meal, to spend time with your family, to look around, to enjoy life.
Say a last thing, and we need to end this episode. What I really liked, it's also part of enjoying life. So we were like 22 in Italy, 23, 24, and we already considered ourselves old, that we are supposed to figure out our life, but that age should be already married and thinking about kids.
Married? No, not yet, I think.
No, married.
You think?
Yes. Usually they say in Ukraine that you need to get married when you're in university. If you finish university and you're not married, you're not going to get married. I was told this by my mom's friend. And in Italy, until the age of 30 or 35, you're still a teenager.
Yeah,
no
they say
kidding,
that.
Teenager. And I thought it's ridiculous. And now when I'm 38, I think it's actually very right way to live.
Yeah.
I think
you don't have to rush things. As like
find yourself, enjoy the life, understand who you are, because a lot of our friends from Ukraine got married when they were 20, 21, and then they got divorced because they don't know who they are when they are 20. So there is no way they will know for sure that this is a person they want to spend the whole life with.
Or not all of them.
Not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for other episodes about other interesting countries. Bye.